In the last lesson, we've been exploring the use of a G major scale on a 2-5-1 progression in the key of G. Now it's time to introduce the other essential scale you want to use on a major harmony. And to understand this very, very important approach, we have to refer to our magic table again. In particular, you have to look for the sixth degree of the major harmonic progression. The sixth degree is called a relative. Just as the first degree is called root, so the sixth degree is called relative. And from the table, you can see that the sixth degree is minor. Therefore, we speak of relative minor. This is the other scale that you want to use. In the key of G, the sixth degree is E, and so the relative minor is the E natural minor scale. Please understand this well. When you're dealing with the chord progression in a major key, you can improvise using either the major scale of that key or the relative minor, that is the natural minor scale starting from the sixth degree. Let's stay with our G major harmony and experiment with the E natural minor scale then. To do so, I've prepared yet another backing track which expands further on the progressions I've used before. You will remember what we called the Santana progression, a simple 2-5, 2-5. Then we moved to the most important progression in jazz, 2-5-1. And now we will use the second most important progression in jazz, called 6-2-5-1. Many jazz standards are based on this progression, like Blue Moon, for instance. It goes like 6, 2, 5, and 1. 6, E, 6th degree. From the magic table, we know that it's a minor 7 chord. In this case, I'm playing a minor 7-9 as usual, but you could easily play your normal minor 7 chord. To A minor 7, 2nd degree, 6th, 2nd, 5th, 7, and resolves to your root, the major 7 key. Since the major 7 chord, and since we are in the key of G, it's a G major. So E minor 7, A minor 7, D7, G major 7. Now please revise the fingering for the natural minor scale with the root on the A string. And in the case of E, I find my root on the 2nd string, and the fingering goes. Okay, let's play some jazz. Once you've done this for a while, I suggest that you try to combine the use of your two main scales. Use the G major scale for a while and then move to the E natural minor. In order not to have to jump around the neck too much, use the fingerings that have the roots on the A string, your G and your E. See how it goes. And finally, the small but at the same time gigantic revelation that I promised you from the beginning of this course. Please move up to the 12th fret and play the E natural minor scale with the root on the 1st string. What do you notice? Well, that is very, very similar to the minor pentatonic you would use on an E blues, isn't it? And yes, you can play perfectly acceptable and excellent sounding jazz solos using the blues scale of the 6th degree of your major harmony. Let's imagine that we're in the key of C major. What's the 6th degree of C? A. I tell you, in case you don't know, A is the relative minor of C. So on any chord progression in the key of C major, you can get perfectly away with just using the A blues scale, the A minor pentatonic scale. I could have told this at the beginning, and you would have covered a lot of ground just with that. But I wanted to make sure that you understood why. Now you know the foundations of jazz harmony, that is our magic table, and you're a much better musician. You can still use your blues scale very effectively, but you also know how to use the major scale and the natural minor scale, which, as we've seen, is an extended, richer sounding version of the blues scale. You have more choices at your disposal, and you can spend years, quite literally, exploring the possibilities that these three scales give you and their different fingerings all over the neck. For the moment, however, let your blues fingers do the talking and express yourself using the E blues scale on a very jazzy 6-2-5-1 progression in the key of G major. Have fun.